control today or visit crittergetter.com.
Results matter. If you visit our website, farahandfarah.com, you'll see some of the verdicts that we won for our clients. We're very proud of these cash awards. But these victories don't come without a price. Every member of our staff, from the attorneys to the paralegals, the case managers, the medical specialists, investigators, from the conference room to the copy room. Every legal expert and the staff that supports them put in long hours. The weekends, they miss soccer games, vacations, the school plays. But we do it because that's what it takes to fight for justice. It's not about getting a paycheck. It's not a job. It's more important than that. It's a purpose and a promise to never quit. Action is strength. Urgency is compassion. You feel it when you shake the hand of a client who needs our help. Results come from rolling up your sleeves and facing the challenge in front of you. As a team, Farah and Farah. Jacksonville.
NASCAR's rising stars test their mettle as the NASCAR Xfinity Series returns to the Daytona Road Course Saturday, February 20th. Watch as drivers weave through 14 action-packed turns and cement their names in the record books. The NASCAR Xfinity Series returns to the Daytona Road Course. Tickets start at $45 and kids 12 and under are free in 100-level seating. Guarantee your seats at Daytona Speed Weeks by purchasing tickets. Go to DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or call 1-800-PIT-SHOP. That's 1-800-PIT-SHOP. Or register to win a pair of tickets at WOKV.com.
Avoid the door knockers and storm-chasing roofers. Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company will walk you through the entire repair and replacement process with no hidden fees or fine print. Visit jackcwilsonroofing.com. Jack C. Wilson Roofing, the first name in Jacksonville roofing.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-573-9552. That's 800-573-9552. 800-573-9552. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Cooler today with clouds and fog and on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Some heavy rain at times with temperatures topping out in the 60s to low 70s. Fog with occasional showers tonight and into the upper 50s. More rain and a few thunderstorms for your Valentine's Day. Heavy rain at times tomorrow and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will become partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, but quite warm into the mid to upper 70s. And then we have some lingering rain early Tuesday before we finally get some afternoon sunshine with highs in the mid 70s, only to see showers and scattered thunderstorms return on Wednesday with highs in the low 70s. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
This is the WOKV Ask the Experts Weekend, discussing things that matter most to you. Local experts answering your questions. Call 855-765-1045. That's 855-765-1045. Now, the Home and Garden Show with Wally Conway and Larry O'Neill.
Good morning. Welcome to the Home and Garden Show. It is 6:06 on a beautiful Saturday morning in Jacksonville, Florida, the intergalactic headquarters of the Home and Garden Show. To our friends, to our fans, to our families, welcome back to the show. We have missed you. To those of you new to the show, here's who we are and what we do. Each and every Saturday from 6 until 8 a.m. right here on 104.5 WOKV. I'm joined by the big guy, Sasquatch, the Yeti, 6'6", 232 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, Mr. Larry O'Neill. You know Larry from his duties on TV as the host of Larry's Garden. You've seen him about town landscaping. He's the tall man in the small straw hat. Me, Wally Conway, Mr. Home Inspection, certified master inspector from Home Pro Inspections. You've seen me on Home and Garden TV and possibly about town if you spend time in attics and crawl spaces. Larry's job here on the show is to be sure your grass is green, your fruit is sweet, and your flowers forever in bloom. Me, Wally Conway, Mr. Home Inspection, my job is to be sure your home is safe, secure, efficient, and forever a source of pleasure and pride. From time to time, Larry gets a house idea, I get a garden idea, and we mix it up in the middle. But what makes the show fun for us is you. Your thoughts, your calls, your commentary. Here comes the phone number, 855-765-1045. Sasquatch Large Man, I got to ask you about fog. Yesterday was one of the foggiest mornings we have had in days and days and days. Tiny
it was amazing.
Motor Vessel Studio Suite, brought it down to Metropolitan Park, cruising in the fog, doing some nautical stuff. But it came to my mind as I was lost in the fog, is there an enhancement in the landscape that's induced by fog? Is there a positive in the way things grow or fruit or do whatever? What does the fog do to us, besides maybe deposit a little bit of moisture?
If you're an orchid or a bromeliad, okay, or a tillandsia or any of those type of plants, that live in trees and don't, really, they're air plants, so to speak. That would be a great thing because you're getting a lot of water because, the humidity, and you get, in the water, there's a little bit of fertilizer. So I think that's a positive thing right there, It is a little, it reminds me of California, California, we don't really have much fog here. But in California, they have some fog that's unbelievable there. You just can't, you can't hardly see, 10 feet in front of you sometimes. It gets so foggy there.
It's interesting how they get so much fog with so little humidity. That's bizarre.
Right. It's that cold ocean water, meeting that warm air off the desert. You know what I mean? It causes that fog at night, especially. It is amazing how much. And they have some of the major traffic accidents along the 5 freeway because of that fog. Where they have 100-car pileups. But this is the time of year to get out your pruners. The things we always forget to do. Because we think it's still winter, but this is the time to do it. In the summers or spring, we say, oh, we should have done it back then. But pruning your raspberries, pruning your blueberries, removing the unproductive stems, fertilizing, getting those prepped for the growing season and so you can get your maximum production. This is the time your grapes, if you have muscadine grape, you want to get those pruned properly. Pruning your roses is this is really the date I always set in my mind is, Valentine's Day, to get your roses pruned and mulching and then composting all your plants that you intend to get that done. And then, one of the things that most everybody forgets is fertilizing their pecan tree or pecan tree, whatever way you want to say it. But, this is that window of opportunity where most people get about until it starts warming up. Oh, yeah, I forgot to fertilize. But I was reading the University of Alabama's, fertilizing procedure for a pecan tree for maximum production. You need to put for 1 year. It's a little complicated. It's not too complicated, but to get maximum production, you want to put it down at around 1 pound of fertilizer per year old of the tree, up to 25 years old, which is fertilizers are, pecan trees have, definitely affect its yield. And you need about, that's around 10, 10, 10 or 13, 13, 13, something around that range. That's a good number. And then you need to put about 1 pound of 34,000 on the per year of the tree to up to around 25 pounds. And then you want to also hit it with some zinc sulfate, about 1/10 of a pound per year of the tree.
Fertilizer for a single tree. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, well, that's the maximum. That's the maximum. But you figure a pecan tree, it produces a lot of fruit. A lot of nuts. It's just when they're doing great. I mean, you talk about. I've seen some massive yield on pecan trees. So this is the time to get it done. Pecan trees are a beautiful tree. They're also, good for lumber, burning old pecan trees, so they produce a lot of nuts. They need a lot of fertilizer. And then sometimes, those that you actually skip a year because it gets so drained of the nutrient level in the tree. But that you can refer to that University of Alabama's program to see if you like that, the results of it. Also, pecan tree makes a pretty decent shade tree, you know. And I was just thinking, you know, because summer's coming up and, you know, we want to save money on energy, you know, blocking the windows and, you know, cooling down the house, having a shade tree in the southern exposure or the eastern or western exposure is always the, you know, ideal positions. But pecan tree grows around 24 inches, maybe 12, 24 inches a year, so it's a pretty fast-growing tree. And I made a list of fast-growing trees that if, you know, you want to get one up, but you don't want to wait 40 or 50 years, you know, some of the faster-growing trees.
I'm thinking we don't
area.
have 40 or 50 years here, good buddy.
Yeah, we're done. We're out of that window of opportunity. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. So a bald cypress, you know, that's a pretty fast-growing tree. They grow around 18 to 24 inches a year, you know. And then plus, if you give them a good amount of fertilizer, you probably get another 3 or 4 more inches out of it a year. And there's many varieties of bald cypress. I just planted one called Shawnee Brave. It's a really compact bald cypress and more upright growth. So if you're in a tighter area, you know, there's not much room as far as the canopy size. Then that tree is a good tree. Also, it's not going to shade out the grass as much, so you can have the element of having a tree and getting some shade, but not, you know, be able to grow grass on. But one of the good things about bald cypress is because they have an open canopy, that the grass grows more easily under it. The negative thing is about the knees. You know, the more dry it is, the less problem with the knees. And then, but you can cut those knees down and just, you know, take care of it.
There's not quite like hitting a cypress nub when you're on your riding mower doing about 10 miles an hour and hitting a cypress nub. That is one of life's great experiences.
Yeah. I remember you told me you had to hit that, you know. Then another fast-growing tree in our area is the tulip poplar. And it's a very straight, upright growing tree, nice lateral branching. In many different varieties, there's the Little Volunteer, there's the Arnold poplar. There's several different varieties of poplar. The more compact, the Little Volunteer getting very staying compact and not getting that massive tree. They're grown for lumber in our area. They're getting around 15 to 18 inches, and then they're ornamental. They have the tulip-shaped flower in the spring, and the shorter variety, the Little Volunteer, would be better if you can get a visual look at the flowers, because when they get big, they're big, and you will not be able to look at the flowers. And then one of the fastest growing oak trees is the Nuttall oak, and it's in the oak family. One of our common oaks here. Not normally planted in landscapes, but it's a fast-growing oak tree, growing around 24 inches a year, which is a lot for an oak tree. That's a very and get you that nice, shade canopy, broad shade canopy, and these are going to have some bigger roots, so you want to keep it at at least ideally 25 feet away from any foundation, or anything that could be driveway or walkway, so you want to work on that when you siding it. Siding it is also important. Have an idea where the angle of the sun is, so you get some shade on the house. Then the next one would be the river birch. Now that's the one that's notorious for having roots getting into every. Keep that away from your drainage systems. Your any drainage system in your also your pipes for your house. Keep it away from that. But they're growing 24 inches a year. That's a fast growth. So in 2 feet, that's 20 feet in 10 years. And with good fertilization, you could probably get even maybe another 3 or 4 feet, maybe 5 feet out of it in that period of time. So these are some top fast growing shade trees. And then you said yourself that shade on the front is your number one element of reducing your energy bill off the windows, off the building, and how much is a shade tree? Is there any quantitative evaluation of shade tree reduce your electric bill, or what percentage it can reduce your electric bill by putting shade on the front of your house or the southern exposure? Is there any numbers on that?
There's a lot of variables in that. You know, the color of the roof, the size of the roof. Is it one story? Is it 2-story? What about your windows? Overall, probably between 10 and 25% of your heating and cooling bill can be reduced by either the proper use of or good fortune of shade. Yeah, when you remove that solar energy, especially in the windows, the window only has an R value of 2, and it's clear. So not only are you heating the surface of the window, but more importantly, that light, that infrared light, is penetrating the window and warming all of the items inside the home. I call that solar mass. So it gets in there, it absorbs the heat, and then releases it over time. So shade is absolutely our friend for Floridians. If you were on the North Pole, you might not be so enthused about shade.
Yeah, and having the deciduous trees is, you know, even though they're a little bit more to clean up, is that they allow the house to warm during the winter, and then the shaded during the summer. So, you know, you can take advantage of when it's cooler that you getting that solar energy.
Exactly correct. You know, God knew that, and that's why he made them that way.
Exactly. You know, everybody wants evergreen, but it's a little more work. But I think when you have a deciduous tree, but I mean, you're really saving on that energy, you know, the cost, because it's warming up the house during the winter. One of the
even beyond the energy savings, Larry, an important thing to consider, that solar light, the infrared and UV in particular, is very destructive. It causes the paint to fade. It causes destruction of the the roofing shingle. So everything about shade is a positive. Some may say, well, you'll get a little bit of moss or mold or whatever, but I would rather be in a situation to clean that every year or two than in a situation where I had all that degradation from the UV light. So net, it's an extreme positive to cause a shadow to fall upon your home.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the paint in the back, the north exposure, and then I have a north-south, exposure, and it's at least 50 or 60% better in the back. I mean, versus the front, it's faded and it needs to be painted again. Well, the northern end of the paint, the house, the paint looks good. You know, it doesn't even look that damaged at all from the.
And especially true with the vinyl. Also, the vinyl gets brittle over time from the UV light. So the less light that shines upon it, the longer it lasts, the fresher it appears, and it doesn't get that kind of chalky look to it. It's 6:20 here at News 104.5 on Home and Garden Show. Brief break, jumping right to the phones for your calls. We absolutely love hearing from you at 855-765-1045. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We are where Jacksonville turns first for news, severe weather coverage, and traffic. Get Action News Jack's First Alert
Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
His forecast.
The latest on our severe weather threat.
Every 6 minutes on Jacksonville's Morning News. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on 104.5 WOKV.
Peninsular Pest Control has served homes and businesses in Northeast Florida since 1954. This family-owned and operated business is continually recognized and awarded for outstanding customer service, receiving annual Super Service Awards from Angie's List and the Bold City's Best Award from Jacksonville.com. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at CritterGetter.com. Remember, Peninsular is your critter getter.
As a woman, you've spent years taking care of everyone else. When you retire, it's finally your turn. And here's a little secret. Women and men have different needs and different emotions when it comes to retirement. What to do? Listen to Woman's Worth Radio each Sunday at 10 a.m. Woman's Worth founder Jeanette Bajalia believes your retirement isn't just about the money. It's about your total health. Woman's Worth Radio, Sundays at 10 a.m.
Hey, it's for us guys, too.
Listen to Woman's Worth Radio this Sunday at 10 a.m.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah & Farah at 800-500-5555. Jacksonville,
First Coast Acura dealers are firing on all cylinders with deals so big, 2020 couldn't hold them. The 3-row 2020 Acura MDX is priced to move with 0.9% APR and low lease deals. FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com. APR offer excludes PMC edition.
Does anybody want breakfast? Guys, let's go. I'm leaving for McDonald's in 5 seconds. Why do you start with that?
The Breakfast Stampede Meal. It's only at McDonald's, where there's a meal for every morning. Better mornings start at the drive-thru. Pair a sizzling sausage biscuit or crispy McChicken biscuit and hash browns for $1.50. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Finished a load of laundry. Drop the kids off at daycare, hit the gym for a quick workout, stop by Mickey D's to grab some breakfast, got to work before my boss did, and it's only 9 a.m. Meal.
There's a meal for every morning at McDonald's. Drive through and get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Any two for $4. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any of the offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Not valid for delivery.
The March to Get Screened 5K, sponsored by the Borland Groover Foundation, is coming up March 28th. It's Rich Jones. Join me to raise funds for colon cancer awareness, life-saving screenings, and more. Check it all out at marchtogetscreened.com.
Dave Benyon with Zerez. My son's family got a new puppy, the cutest little Westie you've ever seen. He's a lot of fun and a lot of work. Trying to get him house trained has been a challenge. Now that it's cold outside, it's an even bigger challenge. That's where Zerez comes in. We can clean up all kinds of accidents in the carpet, on the area rugs, on the tile, and even on the furniture. It may be cold outside, but at Zerez, we're heating things up. Right now, we have the hottest price of the year. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $99. That's the price we started out with 16 years ago. Remember, Zerez stands for zero residue. Our cleaning process is environmentally friendly, no soaps, no detergents, and no sticky residue left behind. If you've been thinking about getting those carpets cleaned, now is the time. It's the hottest price of the year. 3 rooms of carpet for $99. Book now because this offer won't last for long. Zerez, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zerorez. Zerorez.
Hi, I'm Larry of Larry's Garden. One of my favorite things about the South is great weather, which means more time for outside. And at Larry's Garden, we design, install, and maintain every outdoor project. Need to replace a cracked driveway? We do it. Need a patio, pergola, deck, or pavers? We do it. Let one company, Larry's Garden, complete your entire project. No subcontractors. All work is done by Larry's Garden employees. Low water landscapes, sod replacement, landscape designs that are unbelievable, a complete landscape makeover, we do it. Let one company, Larry's Garden, complete your entire project. Weekly maintenance for communities and commercial locations is also available. For more information, visit larrysgarden.com or call 346-1970. Design, install, maintain. One company, complete project, Larry's Garden.
Hi, I'm Kristen Keene, founder and CEO of Rethreaded, which offers survivors of human trafficking a second chance at life through employment. We are so grateful to the players and its Redcoats for supporting our mission. It's 24 days until the players.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 5 on the WOKV weather meter. Clouds and fog today with on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Heavy rain at times. Temperatures ranging from the 60s north of I-10 to the 70s to near 80 to the south of Jacksonville. Fog with occasional showers tonight into the upper 50s. And more showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Some heavy rain at times and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will start out with some fog, then partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms redevelop with highs warming into the mid to upper 70s. Tuesday, some early morning rain, then some afternoon sun and near 75. Showers and thunderstorms return Wednesday afternoon with highs in the low 70s. With your First Alert forecast, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
Welcome back to Home and Garden Show, 6:26 Saturday morning. I'm Wallace Conway from Home Pro Inspections. Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden is here. Only one missing is you. Love to hear from you at 855-765-1045. You know, Larry was talking about the fog yesterday. Made me think also about foggy windows. Why do double pane windows become foggy? They become foggy because the seal between each of the panes is violated, and we get moisture in there. When they are made at the factory, they're a dry air in there, depending on when they're manufactured. It could be argon gas and other things like that. But basically, it's dry air. And when that window seal is violated, in goes the moisture. And then as we have heating and cooling differences, it condenses. And because of the minerals and other goodies that are in the air, it leaves the mineral. So each time a little more moisture comes in, it leaves a little bit more mineral. It's a little bit like those funky crud that you get on your faucet if you don't have affordable water cleaning your water. So the question becomes, what can you do about it? You can't do anything once it's occurred, but I can tell you the majority of foggy windows are, you might say, homeowner or home maintenance induced. A pressure washer is deadly to the panes. That pressure hits it, it flexes that seal, and it's just begging to bring a little bit of water in there. The other thing to keep in mind is those seals, as they age over time, it's a little bit like popcorn. So if you've got 20 windows in your house, you notice one, there's one there looking a little foggy. It just kind of sits there. A little bit later, there's another one. And then one day it almost seems like they all happen, just like popcorn. So it's very frustrating. From an inspection perspective, or when you're looking to purchase a home, know this, especially in the early degradation of a fog window, they'll only appear foggy in certain temperature humidity combinations. When the outside and inside air have just the right differential, it'll look foggy, and then other days it'll look clear. So what happens is you looked at the home in preparation for purchase, you didn't see any foggy windows. You looked, the home inspector looked, and whoa, it turns out that they're only foggy from, you pick the time, let's make up, from sunrise until 8:30. And you go, hey, nobody saw it. Well, it comes and it goes. So it's very frustrating. Also, we've discovered, let's say you have 20 windows, and during your home inspection and your evaluation, you saw 3 foggy windows. Sometimes, depending on the repair guy comes, he doesn't see any. And then sometimes the repair guy would come and say, I saw 6. And again, it goes back to those temperature and humidity combinations. So double pane windows are fantastic. They make things more comfortable, they make things more efficient, and they make things quieter. Those are all good things, but they need to be cared to, that is, treated gingerly, so they will serve their longest life. And once it turns out that they have been damaged in some way, that seal in there foggy, the only reasonable solution is replacement. There have been companies who had some proprietary things where they cut a hole in the glass and dry it out and then wash it out with a solution and put it back together. But it's really a Band-Aid and is seldom worth the money. It's 6:30 here at News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. Brief break, jumping right to your calls after Fox News Traffic and Weather. The number to check in, without hearing from you, is 855-765-1045. We'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Karen McHugh. The second impeachment trial of former President Trump resumes at 10 a.m., and it could end today as well.
Senators could vote this afternoon on whether former President Trump is guilty or not guilty of inciting an insurrection.
This attack, as we said, didn't come from one random speech, and it didn't happen by accident.
Texas Democrat Joaquin Castro and House managers are trying to link Trump's refusal to accept election results to the Capitol breach as Congress certified the Electoral College, a link former President Trump's attorney Michael Vanderveen says.
The suggestion is patently absurd on its face.
Both sides are expected to make their closing statements today.
Fox's Jared Halpern. New Orleans police warning that large crowds will not be tolerated this final weekend before Mardi Gras over fears of spreading the coronavirus. America is listening to Fox News.
Rain and thunderstorms are an everyday part of life in Northeast Florida. Action News Jack's chief meteorologist Mike Burrish delivers the timing, impact, and most importantly, when skies clear up. Get the 5-day forecast 4 times an hour every weekday morning on Jacksonville's Morning News from 5 till 9 a.m. This is 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's News and Talk.
Hey, boss, how's it going?
How's it going? Oh, let me tell you how it's going. So far this year, I've broken my pinky toe, had a flat tire, and currently I'm trying to pass a kidney stone the size of Rhode Island.
Well, karma strikes again.
What?
Nothing. Oh, look, it's the first Crooks R Us survey of 2021. They're asking crooks like us to list the top reasons we avoid safe touch houses.
There's the crash and smash technology, the video monitoring.
Yeah, but what's number one?
Gotta be the two-way communicator.
That's what I said.
Oh yeah, the two-way communicator leads to verified alarms, which lead to faster response times, which are all very bad for us crooks.
Which all just circles back to the crooks or us golden rule. Stay away from safe touch houses.
Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Millennium Physician Group is the largest independent comprehensive physician group in Florida. And in Northeast Florida, we have offices in 5 counties to make sure your primary care health needs are covered. Now you can learn more about Millennium by tuning into Destination Health Radio on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Our conversation this week is all about heart health. Learn about the signs that your heart is in distress and when to call your cardiologist. We're here to connect you to a healthier life. Learn more at millenniumphysician.com.
In Florida, it's not if the storms are coming, it's when the storms are coming. And that's why you need the Chief. Jacksonville's chief meteorologist, Mike Burrish, with a proven track record of keeping local families safe. Rain, heat, hurricanes, flooding, tornadoes. We get it all. Just more reasons why you need the Chief. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Backed by the First Alert Weather Team. Only on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-573-9552. That's 800-573-9552. 800-573-9552. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Cooler today with clouds and fog and on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Some heavy rain at times with temperatures topping out in the 60s to low 70s. Fog with occasional showers tonight and into the upper 50s. More rain and a few thunderstorms for your Valentine's Day. Heavy rain at times tomorrow and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will become partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, but quite warm into the mid to upper 70s. And then we have some lingering rain early Tuesday before we finally get some afternoon sunshine with highs in the mid 70s. Only to see showers and scattered thunderstorms return on Wednesday with highs in the low 70s. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
Welcome back to the Home and Garden Show, 6:35 here at 104.5 WOKV on the Home and Garden Show with Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden. Me, Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections, and you with your calls to 855-765-1045. You know, Larry, during the break, I heard a couple of, in fact, the last 3 breaks, Rethreaded. Kristen Keene checking in, the players, big supporters of Rethreaded, helping people in our area, it's all local, who may have become involved in human trafficking and get them out of that mess. I got to tell you, their big gala is coming up, something you might enjoy. It's called MUKTI, M-U-K-T-I. I have no earthly idea what that actually stands for. But last year, they had this fabulous gala over at the Glass House, and this year, due to social distancing and all the other good things that are happening, it's gone virtual. So it's a virtual gala. You can participate in the gala from the comfort of your home or boat, or hosting watch parties. And something I need to tell you about Rethreaded you may not know, Larry. Tanya and I were over there yesterday. We were dropping some things off for the auction, which is part of MUKTI. And Tanya had to wait in the car and make sure I came right out. Do you like toffee?
Yes.
Rethreaded sells the best toffee in the world. I've been, I think, 34 different countries in my quest for the ultimate toffee. If you're a toffee lover, they have the best toffee in the world. The reason she drives me over there as to assure I don't come out with 6 bags of toffee. The staff over there knows that I'm terminally addicted to toffee. I walk in the door, they're like, toffee, and they start bringing it over. I'm like, no, I can resist. But anyway, if you'd like to know more about how to get great toffee, as well as leather goods and scarves and other great things that are made through the Rethreaded adventure, go to rethreaded.com, rethreaded.com. Whether you're a business looking to sponsor or someone who may have an auction item, or you'd just like to learn more and volunteer or participate in the gala, I will be there. We're actually doing the gala from the boat this year. That is, Tiny and I, a small group, and people are doing individual watch parties all over the place. So Rethreaded. That reminds me, this is our Valentine's Day edition. You heard Mike Burrish on the news kept reminding people it's Valentine's Day, it's Valentine's Day, it's Valentine's Day. They don't want us to end up, in the bad place because we didn't know. So I'm going to ask you this, as a floral kind of guy, what is, rank them if you would for me, romantic flowers, either directly associated with Valentine's Day or overall that has the most, what's that term, aphrodisiac? That's not a bad word, is it? No. Romance.
You get that effect. We got it. I tell you, I love
romance-inducing flower.
Right. Yeah. I think the best flowers to give with, that you have to go online to get them is David Austin roses, the English rose. Has that very, they call them romantic style roses where they have 100 to 200 petals, some really, full roses, not versus a hybrid tea. That's what we normally buy. And one of the remarkable things about David Austin roses, he's an English guy that's bred roses probably for, 30, 40 years. And he bred back the fragrance into roses, because most people, the first thing you do when you hand them a bouquet of roses, or, they'll want to smell them. But there's no smell, because basically, when they were breeding hybrid teas, they were breeding them for shape and color and form, and the smell got left off. Well, this guy, David Austin, put that back into it and making them the old-fashioned style. So you can go online and you can buy them and get them delivered. David Austin roses. I was looking at them online the other day.
What's a dozen of those beauties set me back?
Around $40. $40, that's about $40 something dollars, delivered and everything. So
how about in the off season? Are they less expensive in the off season, meaning not the week of Valentine's Day?
No, there's no. There's really no off season, because if roses are, they're grown in America for, then they ship down to South America. So.
When I said off season, I wasn't really referring to growing season, but rather the giving season.
Oh yeah,
like
they're probably around 30.
Really cheap.
When you, you get when and you wait Valentine's Day, you're going to get you're going to pay extra, on Valentine's Day, but it's about $10 less.
So I've seen roses advertised. This is, isn't that you grow yourself, but rather as gift. They have 6-foot stems on them. They're big things, look almost like sunflowers. What is the deal with those?
Those you can buy those. They're florist roses, but they're grown for their shape and their rigid stems. They have a particular group of roses that are hybridized for that, and you can buy florist roses. Florist rose is different than the roses that we normally grow in our own garden. So you can go online and buy them as bare root. This is the time to do that, they're available. So, but you just, what you do is Google florist roses bare root, and you can get several varieties are available right now, but they're going to have known for their rigid stems. Some are going to be, more susceptible to mildew and black spot and a few other things because they're grown for that, and they, the stems, and they're highly cultivated. They're sprayed and taken care of perfectly, so they have good production. But I would look at that before you consider buying some. Make sure that they're somewhat black spot resistant, somewhat heat resistant, because some roses would prefer to, be grown in around, North Carolina and northern and more north, and then some don't mind our heat. So, but you can buy those and grow them yourself. Buy her a couple of those and put them in a container.
I need another recommendation. These are flowers that induce romance. What about?
I think hydrangeas would be the next one. Hydrangeas.
That's where I was going. The person says, I'm not a rose person. What's the number? Hydrangeas.
No, I think the mixed hydrangeas and roses together. I mean, that's a classic English style bouquet and a garden, because England, they don't have that intense sun, so they can actually mix hydrangeas and roses in a border, and when they're flowering together, it's a spectacular display of color. And you can do that in your own garden if you have a western exposure, some afternoon shade. You could plant the hydrangea rose combination. Go online, get a few David Austin roses. Make sure you select the ones that are, heat resistant or looking for good health, and get some hydrangeas. They have those hydrangeas that bloom all summer long now, the repeat bloom. So mix those two together. But you need a western exposure. You're going to need, make sure it doesn't get any of that harsh afternoon sun, and you should be having in business and have a beautiful, beautiful garden, and you can cut yourself and bring in the house. So
okay, I've got some more romance questions for you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm asking you romance questions.
I'm an expert, right?
Anyway,
that's
so
far reach.
Well, you mentioned the roses and the hydrangeas and whatnot. Have you done any research on why a cut flower induces more romance than one that has roots that will go on and on and on? It seems like
I have no idea on that, but that I just was thinking, the cut flowers have been, guys have been bringing, the girls cut flowers for young guys for centuries. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the wildflower garden, cutting flowers. It's just. I haven't looked that up. You got me good on that. I know the moon. Yeah. You asked me about the moon, and that does have an effect on. The Farmer's Almanac is built around the moons, the full moons, and so and it got me on what the actual effect of the full moon. And I'll have to look up the cut flowers.
You mentioned cut flowers. Cut flowers have been delivered as a romance sign for hundreds of years. I know as an absolute fact that the caveman did the same thing. I remember watching the Flintstones as a young kid, even when it was still in black and white. And Fred routinely brought cut flowers to Wilma in an effort to make up for whatever dumb thing he did in that particular episode. So it's gone on since the beginning of time. He never brought a potted plant.
I think it's a public display. It's the kind of the public. The process is a public acknowledgement of affection. You're going to the florist store, you're picking out flowers, you're bringing them down, walking them in the house, or you get them delivered. Everybody's looking what's getting delivered. That's how I think that may be some of the process. You know what I mean?
It sounds like then we've agreed that for Valentine's Day, it's exclusively cut flowers, be they roses, which would be typical, or hydrangeas, or whatever the flower is. What can we do to optimize, the longevity of the rose once it's cut, it's delivered? What do we do to maximize its beauty over time?
Yeah, well, if you get to cut roses, and you wanted to keep them as long as you can, then change it as a living stuff. You want to change the water every day. That'd be the first thing to do. You can put a little bit of aspirin in there or flower. They send you a little packet of flower preservation, a preservative, but then changing the water every day. And then right before they start to, when the head of the rose or the flower bud starts to tilt down, pull them out of the water, band them together with a rubber band, turn them upside down. And they'll actually dry. They'll dry out that way, and they'll be preserved forever. You can spray them with some polyurethane. You can get, 20 years out of that bouquet.
Turn them upside down, not and re-immerse them in the water. You turn them upside down to dry them.
You turn them upside down. You hang them in an area that has good air circulation and out of the sun, and they'll dry. And then after they get good and dry, then you can spray them with some polyurethane, and you get 20 years out of them. You know.
What happens if I microwave them to accelerate drying?
You can do that if you bury them in that. What is that salty substance they use to keep the humidity off of leather when you purchase it? I forgot the name of that stuff. You know, you get a little bag.
I want to say calcium chloride, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, it's a substance you can use for drying flowers. You know, and you bury that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking. Silicate, some kind of silicate. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes. It's a silicon type product, and then you can put that in there, pour that over your flowers, and let them sit there for a while, and that will do. You can put that in the microwave, and you can have a 5-minute project done and complete. It will preserve the color of the petal longer. You know, so that's one of the things that you could do if you wanted to preserve that moment. You know, so you can do that with all the flowers, hydrangeas. You can do it with the key thing on hydrangeas is the right timing when right before they start to turn. You know, so they maintain their color. You know, they're keeping some of the color in there. What's the significance of hanging them upside down while they dry?
Well, they don't get droopy looking. You know, they start to look droopy looking. The petals start going down, and
so it's a gravity thing.
It's a gravity thing. Yeah. They don't get droopy looking. They'll still maintain that upright shape and dry in that position. You know, but you know, it's a little bit of work, but it's, you know, if you want to preserve it, and some people enjoy those type of things. You know, having dry flowers, and you know, and very easy to do for yourself. You know, hydrangea stem of hydrangea paniculata is around one flower, so I think $5. So I can't imagine what it'd be in Valentine's Day. It'd probably be around $10 a stem, $10 a flower. That's a lot of money.
Hey, come on, I'm worth it.
Yeah. But this is the time of year you want to think about vegetable gardening too. You know.
Yeah, but it's the time of the hour when we got to take a break. Okay. It's 6:50 here at News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. Brief break, and then it's the time of the year. Gosh, all he knows what time of the year it is. We'll find out when we come back. If you'd like to check in, it's 855-765-1045. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sometimes the news can be confusing. We don't just tell you the news, we help you understand the news. Every morning with more depth and detail on Jacksonville's Morning News with Rich Jones on 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's News and Talk.
Your lawn needs nutrients and weed protection when it's growing and when it's not. Call Peninsular Pest Control today or visit CritterGetter.com. Ask about the $30 discount on new services.
In Florida, it's not if the storms are coming, it's when the storms are coming. And that's why you need the Chief. Jacksonville's chief meteorologist, Mike Burrish, with a proven track record of keeping local families safe. Rain, heat, hurricanes, flooding, tornadoes. We get it all. Just more reasons why you need the Chief. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Backed by the First Alert Weather Team. Only on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
Over half of all men suffer from ED or PE. Here's a message from Prime Men's Medical Center.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rubinsky. If you're not the man you used to be in the bedroom and Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra have let you down, Prime Men's Medical Center offers custom blended medications. Men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, and it's affordable.
Call 904-217-5646. See results on your first visit guaranteed or pay nothing. 904-217-5646.
At Farah and Farah, we handle truck accidents. They're different than car accidents because interstate trucking is governed by federal law. That's why we have attorneys who know the regulations that will apply to your case at 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Wally Conway here, Mr. Home Inspection from Home Pro Inspections with important information about home warranties. At Home Pro Inspections, we have always recommended that every home buyer had a home inspection and a home warranty. It's much like having a physical exam and health insurance. They work together to protect you. Until now, I have never referred or endorsed a home warranty company because, truthfully, they were all about the same. They were only good for 12 months, they had long list of coverage exclusions, and they denied pre-existing conditions. The most comprehensive home warranty in America is now available in Jacksonville, covering items denied by others, including water softeners, well pumps, alarm systems, and there's no extra charge for multiple heat pumps or water heaters. When Home Pro inspects your home, the warranty is extended to 18 months of coverage at no extra charge. There's no better inspection and warranty package in America. For details and to order your home warranty, visit GoHomePro.com, GoHomePro.com, or call me at 268-8211.
Affordability for the all-new 2021 TLX is now within reach for everyone with insanely low lease payments and 1.9% APR. Plus, Acura will make your first payment. So what are you waiting for? FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com. APR offer excludes PMC edition.
Are you tired of pounding nails from one job to the next? Are you looking for a stable career? American Window Products is currently seeking full-time window installers and apprentices. American Window Products has served Jacksonville and the surrounding areas for 39 years and has openings for full-time window installers and apprentices. The positions include competitive pay and benefits. Full-time window installers and apprentices are needed now. Apply in person at American Window Products or by sending an email to info@AmericanWindowProducts.com.
I'm Alfreda Boney, founder and CEO of Perfectly Suited Career Consulting. I'm proud to be a Jacks Chamber member and to serve on the advisory board of the Jacksonville Women's Business Center. The JWBC is innovating and adapting, embracing the digital transformation to serve more women in Northeast Florida. For example, we are launching the Network of Trust program that will mentor and vet female business owners, preparing them to take the next step as a company. For more information, visit jackschamberfoundation.org.
Hi, I'm Kristen Keene, founder and CEO of Rethreaded, which offers survivors of human trafficking a second chance at life through employment. We are so grateful to the players and its Redcoats for supporting our mission. It's 24 days until the players.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated price competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-573-9552. That's 800-573-9552. 800-573-9552. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 5 on the WOKV weather meter. Clouds and fog today with on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Heavy rain at times. Temperatures ranging from the 60s north of I-10 to the 70s to near 80 to the south of Jacksonville. Fog with occasional showers tonight into the upper 50s. And more showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Some heavy rain at times and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will start out with some fog, then partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms redevelop with highs warming into the mid to upper 70s. Tuesday, some early morning rain, then some afternoon sun and near 75. Showers and thunderstorms return Wednesday afternoon with highs in the low 70s. With your First Alert forecast, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
WOKV-FM Atlantic Beach, broadcasting from the Talon Wealth Management Studio. Listen everywhere in the TuneIn Radio app. 104.5 WOKV, a Cox Media Group station. Extra, extra, read all about it. Get the 3 big things you need to know newsletter. The stories that matter to you delivered straight to your inbox every weekday morning. Sign up now on WOKV.com. Powered by Safe Touch Security.
.56 here at 104.5 WOKV on the Home and Garden Show with Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden, Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections, and you. When you check in with us, love to hear from you at 855-765-1045. You know, the sun is about to rise, the fog will lift. You look out the window across your yard and you go, ooh, yard's not looking all that good. The thing to do, the simple thing to do, kind of a Valentine's treat for yourself, larrysgarden.com. Got the blog, the video, frequently asked questions, and it could be just by visiting larrysgarden.com. You get the motivation and the idea to make your yard and your landscape beautiful. If not, give Larry a call. That phone number is 346-1970. Larry O'Neill and his team, they can come on out to the house, hear what you've got as a dream, hear what your budget is, and design you the ultimate landscape to suit your yard. You can then build that out yourself all in a single day. You can do it over time and layer it in so that over the years it just keeps getting better and better. Or you can have Larry's Garden and his team install it all for you. And they can also maintain it all for you. That we call the Triple Crown of Larry's Garden goodness, where they design, install, maintain. So the same team of people who are involved in building out your dream garden are the same ones that maintain it. So it always looks the way you want. Your only challenge you'll have in your yard is deciding what wine to sit and sip as you look out over your landscape. Home buying this particular weekend, Home Pro Inspections would love the opportunity to be your trusted home inspection company. The website is gohomepro.com and the telephone number is 268-8211 for all of your due diligence and inspection needs. The home inspection, the WDO inspection, the sewer scope inspection, the infrared inspection, the 4-point insurance inspection, all those things that you may not yet even realize will be important to you, or in some cases required by your lender or insurer. So you have every piece of information you need to make comfortable decisions to get peace of mind, and your insurer and lender have everything they need to get you the best rates and move it forward. And know this about the technology. Every single inspection, there's been over 40,000 of them now. Home Pro inspection includes at no additional cost a infrared scan using thermal imaging cameras, the sewer scope to assure that you don't have any expensive problems down inside your waste lines, as well as drone surveillance to see what's going on those things that a human can't quite climb to. And every inspection is backed by $100,000 in after inspection warranty protection for residential warranty services, and is eligible for an 18-month home warranty. That number again, 268-8211. It's 7 o'clock here at News 104.5 on Home and Garden Show. We've got Fox News traffic, weather, and more of the Home and Garden Show. Featuring you at 855-765-1045. We'll be right back.
A conviction is a long shot. I'm Pam Puso, Fox News. But that's what Democrats are hoping for as the impeachment trial of former President Trump comes to a close.
Senators could vote this afternoon on whether former President Trump is guilty or not guilty of inciting an insurrection.
This attack, as we said, didn't come from one random speech, and it didn't happen by accident.
Texas Democrat Joaquin Castro and House managers are trying to link Trump's refusal to accept election results to the Capitol breach as Congress certified the Electoral College, a link former President Trump's attorney Michael Vanderveen says
the suggestion is patently absurd on its face.
Both sides are expected to make their closing statements today.
Fox's Jared Halpern. National Guard troops could linger in the nation's capital through the fall of this year. That's according to an internal email obtained by Fox 5 in D.C., where the National Security Council asks the Department of Defense to plan for National Guard support beyond mid-March. The issue is expected to be discussed at a meeting next week. Nearly a dozen arrests were made in New York City last night after police say a Black Lives Matter protest turned violent. 2 officers suffered minor injuries, and the NYPD says a member of the media was also injured after being attacked. It can be done safely. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has released new guidance on in-person learning for schools across the country.
I want to be clear. With the release of this operational strategy, CDC is not mandating that schools reopen.
CDC Director Rochelle Walensky, teacher vaccination is not a prerequisite, although the guidelines say they should be prioritized. America's listening to Fox News.
Tell us what you think about the Chad Benson Show.
I want the truth. I want the facts. I don't care what side comes out of it worse or looks better.
Go to WOKV or the WOKV app right now and take our quick survey. Thanks for making 104.5 WOKV Jacksonville's news and talk the best it can be.
You can do this. You can get behind the wheel with confidence. You can make your way with certainty. You can get insured and stay insured and be assured that Direct Auto has you covered. With a down payment as low as $35 to get you started and flexible payments to help you stay the course, you can do this. Get a quote today at directauto.com and keep driving. Rates, pay plans, and availability vary. Lower down payment is not savings. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston, North Carolina.
Seth Talbot here again with my dad, Pete, with Relief Factor. And tens of thousands of people are now taking 100% drug-free Relief Factor every day.
Seth is right. Getting out of the chair or taking those nice long walks is painful. Whatever the pain from just getting older or even exercise, maybe you should do what this person did.
I lived for decades in a lot of extreme pain with my lower back and legs. And I heard about Relief Factor on the radio. I tried the 3-week quick start. I'm so grateful to Relief Factor that I've gotten my life back.
We know one thing for sure. People want a drug-free solution to their pain, back, neck, hip, shoulder, or knee pain, which is why the medical doctors who did the research also put together the formula for Relief Factor.
Then we created the 3-week quick start and discounted it to only $19.95 to make it as easy as possible to see if we can get you out of pain too. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-500-8384.
Have you seen it? I'm talking about the all-new showroom at Arlington Toyota. They're celebrating with savings all month long. Now at Arlington, take your pick. A new 2021 Corolla LE or a new 2021 Camry LE. You choose 0 down or buy for just $249 a month. This is a purchase, not a lease. It's Rich Jones. Celebrate with savings. See the new showroom at Arlington Toyota today. Shop safely in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard and arlingtontoyota.com/February for full detail.
What we hear when a mom-to-be first meets her UF Health physician. Wow! And when they see UF Health North's modern, spacious labor and delivery suites. Wow! And again, when the quality of care they receive exceeds expectations. But the best wow we hear is when their baby is born. Oh, wow! A wow whispered in love. UF Health North. Wow! Learn more at north.ufhealthjacks.org/babies.
Does anybody want breakfast? Guys, let's go. I'm leaving for McDonald's in 5 seconds. Why do you start with that?
The Breakfast Stampede Meal. It's only at McDonald's, where there's a meal for every morning. Better mornings start at the drive-thru. Pair a sizzling sausage biscuit or crispy McChicken biscuit and hash browns for $1.50. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Finished a load of laundry. Drop the kids off at daycare. Hit the gym for a quick workout. Stop by Mickey D's to grab some breakfast. Got to work before my boss did. And it's only 9 a.m. Meal.
There's a meal for every morning at McDonald's. Drive through and get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Any two for $4. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Not valid for delivery.
As we go through life, many times we try to plan and prepare for every possibility, thinking about our future, thinking about our families. But many times in life, we're hit by surprise. Sometimes great ones and sometimes terrible ones, even tragedies. I have found that most of our clients never thought about who they should call if they were injured. I wouldn't either. What's your plan? I hope you never need us, but if you do, know that we'll be there for you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Cooler today with clouds and fog and on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Some heavy rain at times with temperatures topping out in the 60s to low 70s. Fog with occasional showers tonight and into the upper 50s. More rain and a few thunderstorms for your Valentine's Day. Heavy rain at times tomorrow and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will become partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, but quite warm into the mid to upper 70s. And then we have some lingering rain early Tuesday before we finally get some afternoon sunshine with highs in the mid 70s. only to see showers and scattered thunderstorms return on Wednesday with highs in the low 70s. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish, 5 WOKV.
This is the WOKV Ask the Experts Weekend, discussing things that matter most to you. Local experts answering your questions. Call 855-765-1045. That's 855-765-1045. Now, the Home and Garden Show with Wally Conway and Larry O'Neill.
It's 7:07 on a beautiful Saturday morning in Jacksonville at 104.5 WOKV. For those of you just joining us, you're listening to the Home Show. The Home and Garden Show is heard every single Saturday from 6 until 8 a.m. right here at 104.5 WOKV. The Home and Garden Show features Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden, bringing us 25 plus years toiling in the soil, all things landscape, hardscape, ponds, and pergolas. Larry shares with us what we should be doing this particular week, as well as answering your questions on all things related to your landscape and garden. Me, Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections, bringing you 25 plus years crawling about in attics and crawl spaces, sharing with you those things that we've discovered over 40,000 home inspections. And the goal of our collective wisdom and experience, you might say, is to reduce the number of problems you have in your home and garden and answer those questions on how to solve those home and garden problems that do arise. If you'd like to check in with us, we'd love to hear from you. The number to participate is 855-765-1045. Bogus insurance, Larry, bogus insurance. Homeowners insurance in Florida is having one of its most challenging time in history. Homeowners are really in peril. Real estate agents as well as insurance agents are also deeply frustrated. I had a insurance agent buddy of mine call me yesterday. We were chatting about an issue, and he shared with me he had a customer of his whose insurance premium went from $1,400 a year to nearly $3,000 a year for no apparent reason.
Wow.
Our Florida legislature is again in this next session attempting to solve it. Historically, each time they've solved it, it's been brief because the powers that work in opposition to low insurance rates find a way to wiggle around. An example would be assignment of benefit. So an assignment of benefit was crafted by the legislature. The intention was to make it so if you couldn't afford to pay up front for your repairs of your home after a storm, let's say, you would assign the benefit of your policy to the contractor, who then could complete the repairs, and you would have no responsibility for payment. It would go direct to the insurance company. Well, that has been writ with fraud, which is the principal problem of why your premiums are so high. That and some bogus metrics having to do with waterfront property, but that's another issue. Anyway, what's going on right now? What's happening now in this, you might say, restructuring, revisiting, re-rating? There are home insurance companies in Florida that will not write a new insurance policy on an asphalt shingle roof that's more than 10 years old. There are some that will not write a policy if it's more than 15, and there's virtually none will write it the 20th year. They're essentially looking for reasons not to write. And here's where the scam comes in. There are inspectors who specialize in doing these 4-point and wind mitigation inspections, and that's okay. You know, we have got 13 of those specialists on our staff. But some of them favor the insurance agent. What do I mean by that? They don't do a really aggressive job of describing accurately the condition of the roof. So the roof gets insured, you close on your home, and then the insurer, 30, 60 days after you move in, sends their own representative, and you get told you need a new roof. I had this happen to a personal friend of mine who's also a real estate agent this past week. And it was a condo of all things. A condo that they had, it was built in 1987, it had a new roof put on in 2013. It's only 7 years old. We had done the inspection on it. Everything was fine and dandy, probably had 7 to 10 photographs indicating it was dandy. And the insurance company sent someone out and they said, nope, and they only looked at it from the ground, where we used a drone and walked on it, both. They said, no, this needs to be replaced. 7 years old. So we're helping them through the dispute process and or to find another insurer. So the reminder is when you're shopping for homeowners insurance, whether it's at time of purchase, which is when you're at the biggest risk, or you're just out shopping, be sure that that wind and 4-point insurance letter is done as accurately and as aggressively as possible. If there's bad news to be had, you want that bad news before you own the property, not discover it 30 days later. And ideally, the legislature will come to some remedy and help us solve this, but that is months and months and months away. If they meet, this spring, the earliest we could have any impact on it is probably July and likely the fall. So be very, very cautious. Let's check in with Don and see if we can help him with his diagnostic questions. Welcome to the Home and Garden Show, Don.
Well, thank you, sir. Good to talk to you guys.
Pleasure to hear from you. What are you diagnosing?
Thank you. Well, I'm not, but you've been talking about diagnosis last couple of weeks, and I keep meaning to call in. So I've got some wisdom for you. So while I just spent so much wisdom, I just really appreciate it. And you too, Larry, you're too smart for me, so I can't follow most of it. But so I wanted to give you a phrase, Wally, to help you in the future, and that is, came up this years ago, diagnosis is 90% of the cure. And that works in medicine, it works in your industry. I'm a computer guy, it works in my industry, all over the place. So much in life, we know how to fix something once we know what it is, what's wrong. And so you go to your doctor, once he figures it out, he knows how to solve it. Here's a pill, here's an operation. That's your job. So anyway, so diagnosis is 90% of the cure, and that's my wisdom for the day.
That is brilliant and very wise, Don. I know Larry agrees with that. I agree with that. And it's in everything. I know I had this little MG midget. I could never figure out what didn't work. But once I was, someone helped me with the diagnostic and say, this is the part you need to change. Changing parts is easy. In cars, a little more complex in people. But you are absolutely right. Everything begins with diagnostics. And when we look at home and garden, improper diagnostics usually results in more things dying. And when we look at the home, improper diagnostics usually results in extreme additional expense because you don't get a rebate on the money that you spent that didn't solve the problem. So, Don, I think that's brilliant. What business are you in? You sound like a medical guy.
No, I'm not.
You said
computer guy, but actually, I used to live in Mandarin, the compound, you call it compound, just down the river from you, the creek. And
Yeah, I know the house exactly. Right on
that's me.
On Admiral's Inlet. Yeah. Well, are you doing well? Do you still live there?
No, we've moved since then. Like you, both moved out of Mandarin, but yeah, we're doing well. I love the new house. It's got a billion things wrong with it, but I'm just having fun using your wisdom and other things to diagnose. I haven't figured out a lot of the electrical yet, but so yeah, doing well. Yeah, I did love that.
Electrical is not for amateurs, Don. That's one of the few things that can kill you and burn your house down. If you make a mistake in plumbing, you get wet, you get a turd here and there, but you won't die. It's okay. Well, it's good to hear from you.
I know my limit.
Thank you for the wisdom. Appreciate you.
Hey, good. Thanks. Bye. Have a great day.
Larry, how many times or how often would you say that you're called in to solve a especially lawn problem, and it turns out that a significant piece of the problem was improper diagnosis, which led to improper treatment, and it just got worse and more expensive?
Yes. A lot of times in lawns, a takeoff root rot's always misdiagnosed, as brown patch or something else. And usually they keep treating for that disease, and then no result, and as the grass fades into zero. That's one of probably the most misdiagnosed lawn disease. I always say brown patch, chinch bugs, all different kinds of things, but very seldom do people, walk over the grass when it's not looking good. They want to take a superficial look at it. They pull the roots up and examine the roots. It's just not what people do when they're looking at plant disease. But plant disease a lot of times starts from the roots down, roots up, and then so that's a thing that you can do in your own garden. If you're having problems with your grass in one particular spot, and you seem to be treating over and over again, it's time to take a look at the roots,
Absolutely.
The roots are And the roots are, part of the grass,
Yeah.
Disease.
If I had a lawn, and I haven't had a lawn in 20 years, and I'm committed to not having a lawn the rest of my life, but if I had a lawn, I would buy myself a magnifying glass. And it feels like when you're standing up looking across your lawn, that tells you where your problem is and the scope of the problem. But laying down on your lawn, break out your magnifying glass, pull up a few, what are they called, stolons or whatever, looking at the root and really looking down into the dirt and into that root system and go, oh, I see a bug. Oh, I see the roots are really short. All the good stuff you'll learn laying on your belly with a magnifying glass would be my 2 cents.
Right.
Not that I'll ever have a lawn.
You just got to look for things that don't look normal, then go from there. That doesn't look normal, so the roots are black or there's a brown spot here and there, and then you go from there, and then try and figure it out, and then get the right treatment.
A funny thing that's similar. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's the joy of us both being remote. We can't look at each other, which is a reminder. Most people, they probably know by now, but we've each been broadcasting remotely now this is the 10th month. I'm on my boat, Studio C, broadcasting, and you're at the world headquarters of Larry's Garden. So every now and then when you hear us bump into each other, it's because we can't see each other. So forgive us for that. Yeah. What I was going to share, much like how great diagnostics in the lawn is on your belly, roof leaks. When roofers diagnose roof leaks, almost always they do it by walking on the roof. And that will tell you where there's visible damage. Home inspectors typically, yes, walk on the roof, but then crawl through the attic to look for evidence of where it's coming in. And then those that are actually properly trained and equipped amplify that with the infrared camera and the moisture meter. And the reason that's so significant, just like in the lawn, is when you can pinpoint the location of the problem, pinpoint the why of the problem, the repair gets smaller and way less expensive. And it's especially way less expensive than repairing the wrong thing in the wrong place, because yes, they saw damage in the shingle, but that area of damage wasn't actually leaking. We see that very, very often.
All the time.
Where you see the damage is not where the leak is occurring. So, and sometimes there's more than one leak, which is another funny thing. The roofer goes up, you've got let's say you're getting water on your head in your master bedroom. Roofer goes up, sees some damaged shingle, does a great job of replacing those. But it turns out it was also leaking in that same valley. By examining great diagnostics from under the roof, you go, hey, look, water's actually coming in 2 places. Nothing's more frustrating for the homeowner as well as the roofer to discover there were multiple sources. It drives up the cost, it drives up the aggravation, and always results in damage to the relationship between the homeowner and the contractor, because the contractor did a good job, the roofer that is, good job fixing what he saw, but he didn't solve the problem because there was more to it that was not discoverable from the roof. So when you have a problem in your lawn, lay on your belly. You have a problem in your roof, again, laying on your belly, crawling through the attic to really do great diagnostics. It's 7:20 here at News 104.5 on Home and Garden Show. Brief break, jumping right on to your calls. Love hearing from you, like a Valentine's call. Call and tell us you love us at 855-765-1045. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Vaccine information that matters most to you.
Johnson & Johnson's vaccine, 85% effective.
Find it now on WOKV.com and the WOKV app.
You got to make sure that people understand the implications that we're talking about.
Plus, get daily updates on Jacksonville's morning news and throughout the day on 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
If you want outstanding customer service that is backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee, call Peninsular Pest Control today or visit CritterGetter.com for a free consultation.
Unsure how much you need to save for college? Get with the plan that gives you certainty. With a Florida 529 prepaid plan, you know that your child will have what they need to pay for college, whatever that may cost in the future. That's because you're locking in the future price of college today, so even if the cost of college goes up, your plan price never will. Plus, your money is guaranteed by the state, so you can never lose your investment. It's the risk-free, worry-free way to save for college. Open enrollment is now. Enroll for free at myfloridaprepaid.com through February 28th.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. President State.
February is a great month for all you car lovers out there to get the car, truck, SUV, or minivan you've been dreaming of at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Drive a new Jeep Cherokee from just $239 a month. Save up to $6,000 off MSRP. If you'd like a brand new Compass, get up to $6,000 off one of those beauties too. Get a new Renegade from only $219 a month. Save up to $4,000. If you need a new pickup, do yourself a favor and come test drive a Ram. Drive one home for just $329 a month. See our great selection at JAXCJDR.com. Make an appointment to come to the store or shop online. We'll even bring the test drive to you. Get a new Gladiator. Experience the best of both worlds at just $277 a month. We have the greatest respect for all our customers, returning or new. Come in today and experience the Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram difference. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
An essential part of starting and running a business is managing cash flow. This involves not just generating sales revenue, but also securing financing, handling expenses, and ensuring there is working capital in order to reinvest. At SCORE, we offer advice and can direct you to resources to help address these issues. Since 1964, SCORE has helped more than 11 million entrepreneurs and small business owners. We provide free one-on-one mentoring, a library of online information, and a series of timely webinars. Go to jacksonville.score.org to see how we can assist you today.
Wally Conway here, Mr. Home Inspection from Home Pro Inspections with important information about home warranties. At Home Pro Inspections, we have always recommended that every home buyer had a home inspection and a home warranty. It's much like having a physical exam and health insurance. They work together to protect you. Until now, I have never referred or endorsed a home warranty company because, truthfully, they were all about the same. They were only good for 12 months, they had a long list of coverage exclusions, and they denied pre-existing conditions. The most comprehensive home warranty in America is now available in Jacksonville, covering items denied by others, including water softeners, well pumps, alarm systems, and there's no extra charge for multiple heat pumps or water heaters. When Home Pro inspects your home, the warranty is extended to 18 months of coverage at no extra charge. There's no better inspection and warranty package in America. For details and to order your home warranty, visit GoHomePro.com, GoHomePro.com, or call me at 268-8211.
In Florida, it's not if the storms are coming, it's when the storms are coming. And that's why you need the Chief. Jacksonville's Chief Meteorologist, Mike Burrish, with a proven track record of keeping local families safe. Rain, heat, hurricanes, flooding, tornadoes. We get it all. Just more reasons why you need the Chief. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish, backed by the First Alert Weather Team. Only on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
Hey folks, if you're looking for a great way to say I love you to the most important asset in your life, we have the perfect idea. Have you noticed any cracks, blemishes, or imperfections in the face, rear, or sides? Wouldn't it be amazing if you could fix all that damage with one treatment and freeze time for 25 years? What is this fountain of youth, you ask? It's Rhino Shield. Show your house some love this year and let us fix those cracks and that failing paint. Get 25% off when you go to rhinoshieldjax.com to schedule your complimentary consultation.
So you'll never have to paint again.
And since we're talking about spa treatments for your home, don't let your house have hammer toes any longer. I'm talking about all those concrete surfaces you have with stains, cracks, and failing epoxy or paint. They deserve some love too with a Shark Floor Coatings makeover. Shark Coatings is a state-of-the-art concrete surface protectant that will make your driveway, garage, and walkways feel and look like $1,000,000. Visit sharkfloorcoatings.com to schedule your free estimate. Mention this ad for $300 off your makeover.
First Coast Acura dealers are firing on all cylinders with deals so big, 2020 couldn't hold them. The 3-row 2020 Acura MDX is priced to move with 0.9% APR and low lease deals. FirstCoastAcuraDealers.com. APR offer excludes PMC edition.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 5 on the WOKV weather meter. Clouds and fog today with on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Heavy rain at times. Temperatures ranging from the 60s north of I-10 to the 70s to near 80 to the south of Jacksonville. Fog with occasional showers tonight into the upper 50s. And more showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Some heavy rain at times and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will start out with some fog, then partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms redevelop with highs warming into the mid to upper 70s. Tuesday, some early morning rain, then some afternoon sun and near 75. Showers and thunderstorms return Wednesday afternoon with highs in the low 70s. With your first alert forecast, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
727 here at 104.5 WOKV on the Home and Garden Show with Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden, me, Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections, enjoying the day, taking your calls at 855-765-1045. You know, of the nearly 1,000 people within the sound of our voices who will purchase a home this particular weekend, many will be purchasing and writing contracts on condominiums, townhomes and condominiums, where there's a condo association who is responsible for much of the care, much of the landscape, virtually all of the landscape, and much of the exterior items and infrastructure of your home. Some important questions to assure that you get correct answers to are, is the home that you're looking at in this particular condo community, is it eligible for FHA financing? That's a real good benchmark. The reason FHA financing eligibility is so important is it assures that the condo association is solvent and that the ratio of owner-occupied to tenant-occupied is supportive of that same requirement. So it's a good benchmark. If it's not FHA eligible, can you still purchase it? Absolutely, not with an FHA loan. But it also says that there's some other risks. It's a risk the FHA was unwilling to take. It's a risk the FHA was unwilling to put a consumer into, so beware. Second thing you want to check is any pending assessments. You know, we often favor condos because we go, well, that's an association responsibility. And that responsibility often means they assess each homeowner an additional fee above your monthly fee to do things in a common area. It could be the pool, it could be the roof, it could be, as in the case of where I live, faulty, worn out cast iron pipe. So you want to know if there's any pending associations, assessments. Also, if there's been any past assessments and has that been paid by the seller. You want to check on that. And the third thing is reserves. You know, much like as an owner of a single family home, you need to be prepared financially for an unexpected expense. So does a condo association. Any responsibly, professionally run association will essentially have a graph of how much money they need over time to budget for long-term capital expenses. So a roof will need to be replaced, let's say, every 20 years. Are they tracking with the accumulation of reserves to pay for the roof? A swimming pool may need to be resurfaced every 20 years. And all these other things go into the capital budgeting and expense. If the present reserves are below the line, meaning there's not enough in place to pay things when we expect them to reasonably fail, that's when you're at risk of your association dues increasing. Does that mean you shouldn't buy it? None of these things mean you shouldn't buy it. It means you should be aware so that your budgeting can be strong and correct. It's 7:30 here at News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. We've got Fox News traffic, weather, and more of the Home and Garden Show featuring you at 855-765-1045. Stay with us. Right back.
Fox News, I'm Karen McHugh. Final arguments in the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump will be heard today, and the Senate could then vote on whether to acquit or convict the former president as early as this afternoon. There's a new sheriff in town as the Biden immigration policies begin to take effect on the southern border.
The new asylum action reverses the Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy, which had been criticized by pro-immigration activists as endangering migrants and effectively encouraging them to find more dangerous ways to cross. The Biden administration will begin processing up to 300 asylum seekers a day. testing them for COVID-19, and if they are negative, allowing them into the United States to await their next hearings.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt. America is listening to Fox News.
When there's severe weather in the area, we activate the WOKV First Alert Storm Center. And you're never more than 10 minutes away from a severe weather update. This is 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
Have you seen the all-new showroom at Arlington Toyota? They're celebrating now with savings all month long. What are you waiting for? Now at Arlington, take your pick. A new 2021 RAV4 LE or a new 2021 Tacoma SR. You choose 0 down or buy for just $299 a month. This is a purchase, not a lease. It's Rich Jones. Celebrate with savings and see my friends at Arlington Toyota. Shop safely in person on Atlantic east of the East Beltway and visit arlingtontoyota.com/February for full details.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-297-7049. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-297-7049. 800-297-7049. 800-297-7049.
You know that tinge of nervousness you get as soon as you sign that agreement with that home contractor? Will they even show up? Will they do what they promised to do? Are they going to be surprises that cost you more money? Hey, it's Brian Kilmeade here. Don't worry. I usually get those same feelings, except with Waycofts. I know you agree because I read your reviews for myself. I've been telling you all about Waycofts for a while now. Over the last 20 years, Rick Waycoff has built Waycofts Heating and Air Conditioning into Jacksonville's premier heating and air conditioning company. I'm telling you, Waycofts will not compromise. He knows his name is on the business. Rick's team works the late nights and weekends, demands perfection, and is proud to be the most clean, smart, and professional AC company out there. Waycoff specializes in residential AC service and installation. It's what they do each and every day. They focus on the things that matter most, like great customer service that's always pleasant and professional. Check out some of Waycoff's over 1,800 Google reviews for yourself. Then call Rick and his team today, 880-5525, or visit waycoffsac.com.
Spay or neuter your pet. Help them live a longer, happy life. First Coast No More Homeless Pets has free and low-cost programs available now. Make your appointment today. Call 425-0005, 425-0005, or fcnmhp.org.
Hi, I'm Kristen Keene, founder and CEO of Rethreaded, which offers survivors of human trafficking a second chance at life through employment. We are so grateful to the players and its Redcoats for supporting our mission. It's 24 days until the players.
Brought to you by Waycofts Air Conditioning. When your AC breaks, we get there fast.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Cooler today with clouds and fog and on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Some heavy rain at times with temperatures topping out in the 60s to low 70s. Fog with occasional showers tonight and into the upper 50s. More rain and a few thunderstorms for your Valentine's Day. Heavy rain at times tomorrow and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will become partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, but quite warm into the mid to upper 70s. And then we have some lingering rain early Tuesday before we finally get some afternoon sunshine with highs in the mid 70s. Only to see showers and scattered thunderstorms return on Wednesday with highs in the low 70s. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
7:35 here at 104.5 WOKV on the Home and Garden Show with me, Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections and Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden. There's something missing. I think it's you. 855-765-1045. Larry, I'm having a real challenge today. You know, it's 24 days until the players, and the players are big supporters of Rethreaded, as is WOKV. And every break, we keep hearing Kristen Keene talking about Rethreaded, and I start salivating, needing a bag of toffee. So I may go to rethreaded.com and order myself some toffee, or maybe even just walk up the block and to their store and get some of that. Water everywhere and not a drop to drink. I mentioned to you earlier, Johnny and I, we are tied up at Metropolitan Park in the boat. There is water everywhere. And we brought plenty of water with us to drink. Makes me think and reminds me of our good friends at Affordable Water and the wonderful things they do in our community to provide safe, tasty, awesome performing water to people at an affordable price. That's why it's called Affordable Water. Every system they install is American-made equipment. They do that, one, because they are loyal to American manufacturing, but also so they always are able to get parts. Not only do they stock parts, but anything they need can be immediately replenished because it is all American-made equipment. You'd be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised, Larry. The majority of the junk that's installed does come, in fact, from China. And even if the piece of equipment were reasonably performing, the parts problem is a nuisance. And in talking with Mark Kinder, it's really interesting. They service everything they sell. They are also one of the very few companies in Florida that can service equipment that they didn't sell when it, in fact, isn't repairable. What do you think the number one reason that a water treatment system, be it softener, filtration, reverse osmosis, the number one reason that a non-affordable water installed system needs service? Guess at the number one reason.
Not cleaned out.
That's a great one, and that's a factor. The number one is improper installation. Sometimes
really?
Sometimes, the homeowner went to the hardware store, they bought some equipment, they didn't install it right, they call for service, and there's if you buy it, in the hardware store and do it yourself, there's no place to call for service except Affordable Water. They come on out, and it's actually an installation problem, and to your point, a good cleaning is often a piece of that. So it's improperly installed. So imagine this, you bought a piece of equipment not made in America, it's not properly installed, and you call for service. If the same knucklehead that installed it improperly comes out to service it, they don't suddenly get smarter the day they show up to fix the problem they already created. And it starts a cascade of problems. They don't have any parts. They didn't have the expertise because they were not a licensed water specialist water treatment company, W32 in the case of Affordable Water. So it's a daisy chain of poor performance, poor quality. And that's a really a big deal. So it's critically important that you're using licensed people, W32 in the case of Affordable Water, that you're getting equipment that is American made for parts availability, and that it's installed and future serviced by a company who stocks the parts, is interested in the long-term goodness of your system. I told you this story probably 6 or 10 months ago. I walked into
service is everything. Right, go ahead.
Yeah, I walked into it was a Mandarin Cigar, quite frankly. I sat down in there to shoot the breeze with some buddies, and one of them said, "Hey, I hear you guys talking about Affordable Water. Are they really that good?" And before I could say anything, 3 other people in there started talking about Affordable Water. One of which said he's had the same system installed and serviced by and salt delivery even from Affordable Water for over 20 years. So if you'd like to have that same great experience and avoid bad experiences, affordablewaterjacks.com. The phone number is 262-0197. Great stuff.
Yeah, I was
those guys.
I was working at on a landscape and had a water problem, and I called Affordable Water, and they had been working on that property or the water supply. We knew exactly what was going on. They knew exactly the type of filtration and everything about that thing. Even though they didn't install it, they keep great records on the repair and the maintenance of even if it's not their installed equipment. They know when they come out there, they're ready to get the thing fixed and fix it right the first time.
That is a fabulous point about maintenance records. So the technician can check to discover, when have we been here before? What is the equipment? What is the history? and keep that. It's just like your medical record. That's a fabulous point. Glad you shared that. So Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
All right.
Late
You're not going to be able to get into any restaurant for sure. Do it yourself. Do something at home. But I was just looking at organic vegetable gardening. It's the prices of organic produce can be 54% to 80% more. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's an amazing amount of money. And even though it's a popular item, people only want to devote 60 to 6% of their production to that. But when you're gardening in your backyard, that would justify the extra expense because, if you want organic, you can make your own organic, in your own backyard. Some of the vegetables, they grow well. I've grown before, and this is the time of the year you want to get them started. The startup time is not, always people think we were talking about pruning, we're talking about other things. They think about it when it's too late. It's right at the end of the season, or I wish I had cucumbers I'll plant them right now, but you're too late. So some of the, do you like arugula? I really like arugula.
I love arugula.
It's nice and spicy. It gets flavorful. Yeah, arugula is one of the simplest, things to grow. I mean, it's very simple. Harvest, very easy to start from seed, in fact. Arugula is one of the crops you can plant. Spice up your salad. And then cucumbers, I love cucumbers. Cucumbers are great. And then there are a little bit of problems you keep in mind. The issues are sometimes with low pollination. So learn the difference between a male and female flower, and you may have to resort to pollinating your own flowers. It's pretty simple to do. Eggplant is another great plant. Ratatouille. I like ratatouille. I would never figure out I like ratatouille, but I had my son made some one time for me, and I said, man, that's unbelievably good. But lettuce crops are, this is the time of the year to grow lettuce crops because in our area they're not going to like the heat, the humidity. They're difficult to grow, so you want to get your lettuce crops in seed, get them started from seed. Very easy from seed this time of the year. Get them started and get growing on the lettuce crops. And then sweet potatoes. I mean, anybody should be able to grow sweet potatoes. I mean, sweet potatoes are one of the easiest things to do. You can start them right now. It's so simple. You don't even have to. I mean, I grew some sweet potatoes down in our nursery one time and just put them in the ground, and I completely forgot about them until I was digging around in that area, and I realized we had a sweet potato crop here, and there was, 50 or 60 great sized sweet potatoes, which I didn't do nothing to them for the whole season besides harvest them. And so there's 5 great crops you can grow in your own raised bed. You can put them in your garden areas. Also, what's getting popular, I don't know, but these indoor gardens, they're getting more and more popular. You can get that as a Valentine's gift. They go anywhere from $100 to $500. They're one of the better ones that for the bang for your buck is the Aero Garden. I think I was looking at it. It comes with its own LED light.
Does that have dirt or is it hydroponic?
That one's hydroponic, and then some of them specialize in micro. It's called the Chef and Microgreens. Chef and Microgreens. When we were talking about microgreens the other week, that's about $150, to get some microgreens. And microgreens are expensive. When you grow, they got to be grown locally, usually, and they're expensive. So that would definitely pay to have one of those microgreen things.
It's even less expensive and even less work is sprouts. To sprout seeds in mason jars, almost no expense, and it's really
none. But you got to make sure that you get, when you're doing sprouts, you don't just get a vegetable garden seed. Sometimes vegetable garden seeds are treated to prevent rot, when they're planted. So you have to get seeds that are made, or organic seeds that are made for sprouting, because they're not going to have any chemical treatment on it. So you got to be careful about that.
Yeah, you want to go organic on that one.
Yeah, you want to make sure you go organic. I'm sure one application, one seed thing won't be harmful to you. But I was looking at a new tree. Speaking about trees, in their first hour, that is kind of a neat-looking tree. It's a new bottle brush that's being made available. It's called a pink, sizzling pink. It's a pink bottle brush. Keep an eye out for the new pink bottle brush, and you can probably order yourself one if you wanted to try something different. Bottle brush comes in yellow, pink, white, and red. There's just a variety of colors. And if you like the red variety, the best bottle brush for our area, which, bottle brushes, they don't look so good. The foliage doesn't look so good on them if you don't get this one. The weeping bottle brush, the one that actually looks like a weeping willow, is the most vigorous one in our climate. It's, the areas they come from, where they're native to, they have all different types of climate. They have dry, they have cold winters, they have hot winters. They have all different kinds of climate conditions in that locality. So each one's adapted to certain climate conditions. So, there is some difference in the bottle brush. Make sure when you're purchasing one, if you like the weeping, it's going to be much more luxuriant growth and much better flowering capacity. It's pretty much flowering all season long. Maybe a slowdown for a month or two during winter. So those are some great ideas to get started in your garden and then get healthy.
I see the red one's pretty regular. I haven't seen the other colors just walking around. It's much less common.
The pink one is just been introduced. And in fact, I'm getting one myself. I ordered one just to see how it goes in a moist environment. But they were first introduced down in southern Florida, down the southern Florida area, and now they're being moved up to our area. So keep your eyes out for that one. There's some great plants in the upcoming season, even though they have a plant shortage. So expect to pay more for shrubbery because like lumber. I mean, lumber's gone through the roof, right? Lumber has gone through the roof. Windows have gone through the roof. You can't get windows, and because the building boom, they're out of shrubbery. They're out of grass. So grass and shrubs and the standard, viburnum motissimus, those things have gone up. They're barely able to keep up with production of those things. So because of the building boom. So. But anyway, if you could take your own cuttings, this is the time also of the year that you could, if you wanted to take a cutting, you could take a cutting and start your own shrubbery and save yourself in most cases, it's not good. If you're using viburnum motissimus or something common that's relatively inexpensive, it's, you're going to save yourself maybe $100 but you don't lose out on the time. And, but if you enjoy it, but expensive plants like maybe some hydrangeas or some roses were around $30 or $40, for a new rose. Then it's worth your time. And rose cuttings are very easy to start. You can start a rose cutting, and because of the speed of their growth, roses, it's be worth your time to take a cutting, and then some boxwood varieties that they're not commonly available. You could take a cutting on them. Those are some of the nice things you could do. Bamboo, you could try bamboo cutting. They're a little more difficult, to take a cutting. Bamboo is just better taken by division if you wanted to start some new plants. Air laying camellias, you could air layer your camellia. Camellias are definitely worth, because their expense to purchase a good size one is worth taking a cutting and trying that. An easy way to start, if you don't want to take a cutting, an easy way to start a new plant is just to kind of, it's like an air layer, and you just get yourself a landscape staple, and you pull all the leaves off a node, so you cause a little bit of wound there. You put some rooting hormone on it, and pull the mulch away, tack it down to the ground. You just tack it down to the ground in contact with the soil and cover up with mulch. And you wait about maybe 2 to 3 months, and that point will be rooted. Okay, so then after it gets rooted, you just tug. You tug on it, release the staple, tug on it, see if it's rooted. You just cut right off the branch, and you've got a new plant. Remove the plant, and you've got a new rose. You've got a new hydrangea. You've got any type of new shrubbery, that you can do, and that's very, very easy. It's very easy, and it doesn't. Your success rate is going to be pretty high. But I've had roses do that all the time, where they're making ground contact and with the soil, and they'll even start rooting on them by themselves. Willow, if you have weeping willow, those things are so easy to propagate. If you love weeping willows, and you want to have a couple of them at a low cost, and they're fast enough growing. When you're doing your own propagation, you have to evaluate whether it's fast enough, or if it's fast, then it's worth it, because you can get the tree up or get something growing and be mature quickly, or the value of the plant is high, then you can save a lot of money. Just say if you propagated 15 hydrangeas, you're going to save yourself about $400.
So we're trading time for money. If money is the most critical element, then you consider propagation. If time is the most critical element, you may pass on propagation and buy an existing plant. It's 7:52 here at News 104.5 on Home and Garden Show. Brief break, jumping back for the final segment of the Home and Garden Show. Love to hear from you at 855-765-1045. Stay with us. Right back.
Technology is a beautiful thing. Take WOKV with you wherever you go. You'll get the latest breaking news, weather, and traffic, or your favorite talk shows everywhere. Download the WOKV app now. 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
You can do this. You can set a course for that light at the end of the tunnel. And you can keep your foot on the gas, because that light is green. And Direct Auto has you covered. With a down payment as low as $35 to get you started, and flexible payments to help pave the way. You can do this. Get a quote today at directauto.com and keep driving. Rates, pay plans, and availability vary. Lower down payment is not savings. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston, North Carolina.
Termite season is here, and your home needs protection. Call Peninsular Pest Control today or visit CritterGetter.com to find out more about their $100 termite discount.
There's nothing like sitting down for a personal conversation with Eddie and Chuck from Farah and Farah. And you can do that every Saturday at noon on 104.5 WOKV. I'm Scott Young, and you can join me, Eddie, and Chuck every Saturday on the Consumer Law Hour, where they break down everything from personal injury to civil rights. Be a part of the conversation on the Consumer Law Hour, brought to you by Farah and Farah, every Saturday at noon on 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's News and Talk.
Not sure which college savings plan you can trust? Get with the plan that more than 1 million Florida families have saved with. Florida 529 prepaid plans are flexible, affordable options that let you start saving for just $45 a month. You just pick the plan that's right for your budget, and we manage the rest for you. And because your investment is guaranteed by the state, you can never lose your money. Use our online pricing tools today to find the right plan for your family. Open enrollment is now. Enroll for free at myfloridaprepaid.com through February 28th.
Does anybody want breakfast? Guys, let's go. I'm leaving for McDonald's in 5 seconds. Why didn't you start with that?
The Breakfast Stampede Meal. It's only at McDonald's, where there's a meal for every morning. Better mornings start at the drive-thru. Pair a sizzling sausage biscuit or crispy McChicken biscuit and hash browns for $1.50. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Finished a load of laundry. Drop the kids off at daycare. Hit the gym for a quick workout. Stop by Mickey D's to grab some breakfast. Got to work before my boss did. And it's only 9 a.m. Meal.
There's a meal for every morning at McDonald's. Drive through and get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Any two for $4. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any of the offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Not valid for delivery.
When a client comes to our firm after an accident, we have the awesome responsibility of returning what was taken away from them. Loss of income and earning potential, past and future medical bills, pain and suffering, the loss of the enjoyment of life. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our clients don't seek charity, they seek justice. They're looking to have their life back and property restored. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about your legal rights. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hi, I'm Kristen Keene, founder and CEO of Rethreaded, which offers survivors of human trafficking a second chance at life through employment. We are so grateful to the players and its Redcoats for supporting our mission. It's 24 days until the players.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 5 on the WOKV weather meter. Clouds and fog today with on and off showers and a few thunderstorms. Heavy rain at times. Temperatures ranging from the 60s north of I-10 to the 70s to near 80 to the south of Jacksonville. Fog with occasional showers tonight into the upper 50s. And more showers and a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Some heavy rain at times and a few strong storms with highs in the upper 60s. Monday will start out with some fog, then partly to mostly cloudy. Scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms redevelop with highs warming into the mid to upper 70s. Tuesday, some early morning rain, then some afternoon sun and near 75. Showers and thunderstorms return Wednesday afternoon with highs in the low 70s. With your First Alert forecast, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for 104.5 WOKV.
All information, no spam. Just the 3 big things you need to know. Get it on air, online, every weekday morning delivered straight to your inbox. Sign up now on WOKV.com. Powered by Safe Touch Security.
7:57 here at 104.5 WOKV on the Home and Garden Show. Larry and I are grateful that you've been with us. We are very grateful for your continued support of Larry's Garden all week long at larrysgarden.com. The phone number is 346-1970. I, at Home Pro Inspections, very grateful for your continued support and trust for all your home inspection needs. The website is GoHomePro.com. The telephone number is 268-8211. Your support of Home Pro Inspections, your support of Larry's Garden is what lets us be here for now more than a decade. Larry, can you believe we've been doing this together for 10 years? Holy
it's amazing.
Moly. That's just amazing. But it goes to show.
Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, some days it does.
Yeah.
That was fun. So, hey, you know, we're talking about organic gardening, getting whole, fresh foods and all that kind of good stuff growing in your yard. Tanya and I are strolling shortly from Metropolitan Park. We parked the boat at Metropolitan Park for the night, or maybe a couple of nights. 2.8 miles, the hike from Metropolitan Park down the Ram, or probably a mile and a half of circling Ram. 2 backpacks, load up the fresh fruits, fresh veggies, all the good things at Ram. Kombucha, they make great kombucha there, the kombucha guy. What else do we get from there? It's all good. They have goat meat there, goat milk, all good natural things. So if you got nothing to do. You like goat meat?
Have you ever tried goat? I mean, what do you think of goat meat? I've never tried that before.
Well, I will say this about that. Goat meat or almost anything else, it's all about the preparation, sourcing and preparation. Yeah. So this is Glades Farm, who makes, raises goats for people. It's a real honest to goodness farm, like you like a farm. It's not all that industrial stuff. So well sourced and properly prepared, virtually everything is great, which is why I'm a devout Ram shopper. And then I'm addicted to Olive My Pickle. You ever been to Olive My Pickle? Love it. So it's locally owned. They do all of their own. They make pickles and olives, and they also sell brine. You can pickle anything you want. But you get a pickle on a stick for $1 that'll just water your eyes. It's so delicious. But every type of olive you could think of, every type of pickle you could think of, and it's just a gorgeous thing to do. So that's how I'm spending my day.
Olive My Pickle.
Olive, O-L-I-V-E, My Pickle. Olive My Pickle. And be sure if you're heading to Ram, Larry, be sure that you and everyone else on your way to Ram or wherever you're going today, especially in the fog, do this one thing prior to making a turn. What is that?
Hit that turn signal.
Use your turn signal. It's 8 o'clock here. We've got Fox News traffic and weather. Grateful that you've been with us. Have a beautiful day.
Have a great day.
WOKV-FM Atlantic Beach. Broadcast